Welcome to Planet Pert, where you could get in free, but you gotta be a G. And like a Newport short in a Louisiana parish jail, I ain't got no filter.
All right,
That's
though.
crazy.
So, let's go back to the point, though. Which was, rules and beef and how far is too far, and with the perspective of looking at like these recent violent acts and how far these beefs can go, because again, we even speak about McGregor and Khabib, like right, we were saying, hey man, some people don't take well to insulting my dad or my religion or whatever. Right. Some people don't take well to insulting my gang or my kids or my mom or my whatever, my dead family member or my disabled brother or friend, right? I mean, yeah. So at some point it's too much, or you've crossed some line. And when it comes to the point where you're getting shot up and people are dying, are we still going to say that there are... Well, I also want to answer this one thing too. Before we even get... Because I think sometimes when we ask this question, we jump from one narrative to the other. Yeah. Right. We're talking about rules in beef and lines crossed. Okay. Right? Are there lines to be crossed, or are there rules to be, had? Because... like that could be a difference, right? Like it could be a rule in beef that says, I wouldn't address this, or I wouldn't, you just wouldn't speak on like snitching, right? That's a universal rule that you wouldn't do if you are, devoted to the life.
I think that's why I didn't listen to a lot of artists though, and I'm gonna hit on that. I don't listen to a lot of artists when it comes to that, because if street of Baton Rouge, for instance, Kevin Gates used to drop names, and I'm like, bro, and I used to tell him, like, bro, I don't like that shit, because it's like when I go back home, they like niggas, this is like a real person that he's ratting on, that's fighting for their life right now, that he talking about. It's like not a good look when it comes down to that, man. So like and people get killed for shit like that, you look at the latest shit with this, what I found out, and this is just hearsay, don't know facts or fiction, but you look at the Yella Beezy situation, got shot up on the freeway 8 times. This happened this weekend, as a matter of fact. Still alive.
Do we know why?
From what I'm hearing,
was it a rap beef?
Word on the street is that his clique, and it may not even have anything to do with him, but this is when the disassociation, once you start getting bread, you have to disassociate from that street life. We saw what happened to Aaron Hernandez, right? With that bullshit, right? So apparently someone was killed recently, and then this happened to him. Yeah. And it's in retaliation to that. That's what everything that's going around right now. That's all I know, and that's by way of the internet and Instagram investigation. So don't take my word for it. But if that is the case, when you get to having the #1 song and beating out Drake in Drake's summer, I think it's time for you to reevaluate what the fuck you doing out here. Because street credibility is not really, that song isn't really a hood nigga type song that got you on where you have to die like 6ix9ine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what I mean by that is put yourself in a situation to where you can't live a comfortable life. You have to continue this troll thing going on. You're put into this box where you have to be a gangster for the rest of your fucking career. Like that song had that song is not the song. You know what I mean? Yeah, when you have to pull yourself away from that. So how far is going too far when it comes down to trying to build the street credibility and this hood mentality, and do you surround yourself with the friends of the past when you start to get yourself into...
And answer this one, like, because you brought up, you got, the top song, This Is Not This.
Right.
Is he his top song, or is that just the song that blew up? Like, can you say the top song that blew up, or is he really more of the type of rapper that lives that life? Like, is his other songs about more of the life, and then this one song blew up, or is he this, type of artist?
No, I think that people really don't know how hip hop actually. No, I don't think anybody really realizes how hip hop actually works. Like, who backs you? Like, how? Like, I know that was something that was said a long time ago, but like, really and truly, how do you come up with the funding in order to do these endeavors?
But why are you still in Dallas? Like,
no, man. You can't. All right.
Is that where he make his?
All right. No,
I don't want to hear this.
And this is the thing, though. Just because you have
like
just because you got a hit song that's on the bill, does that mean you got enough money to lead, Alice?
That's on me, baby. That's a big song, bro.
Who said it's not? What I'm saying is, if you got a big song, does that mean you
knock
automatically
Drake off
have
of number one?
You act like
how much
he
dollars
really got percentage.
This is Drake Summer.
How much does he have in his pocket? Does he have enough to take off?
So you're trying to tell me you couldn't go tour off of that one fucking song? People are touring off of nothing and make $1 million this summer.
That's certain artists.
That's toured off of that song. I'm not saying that you're wrong about that. I'm saying that dude did not have the money back that you think that he has to be able to move. Not just him.
He needs to fire his management.
Absolutely, but he's just
because they're not making
it wasn't
right
like he had like a slow simmer, right? And
he had a boom. I'm not saying he probably been working before that. That's the thing. Yeah. As an artist, people think that overnight you just come the fuck up. No, that man probably put 100 songs out that didn't fucking work.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I'm not knocking the work, but at the end of the day, like this the same thing with the little Boosie effect, man. When you look at NBA YoungBoy, you look at all these cats. You look at all these cats that stayed in the hometown and try to keep it real and stay in the hood. A lot of these niggas died, bro.
No,
like Trey. A lot of these cats died, bro.
I still think
this man was shot 8 times.
You're still comparing the guy with one single to
but I think that we're missing the fact that maybe
Designer has one single. Maybe this nigga could still go overseas and make $1 million off a Panda.
Maybe he couldn't have left.
We like Timmy Turner.
Would you allow
top 5, son?
How far would you let your lottery ticket go? How far would you let your lottery ticket go?
I right now, bro. I'm tell you right now. If I won a lot, I would be so secluded. Like I literally would box. I would literally box myself into.
And I'm saying that for him, right? He was somebody's lottery ticket, right? He was somebody's lottery ticket. So it wasn't
the numbers are available.
It wasn't.
If you want to pull what that did, that's a platinum song.
Yeah. A platinum song for somebody else, just like a platinum song for Tekashi 6ix9ine was actually money for Treyway. Just like that situation, I'm saying, just like how Tekashi can't leave.
The fucked up part about it is nigga didn't learn a lesson anyway. Because this nigga in the hospital bed, watch yourself on the BET Awards, and they posting, Young B, watch yourself in the hospital. Like he's gonna actually blow up more because he got shot the fuck up 8 times and survived.
Right now.
No,
he's scared.
No, he should move differently. But this guy, I'm telling you, all right, man. Watch.
That dude got shot.
We're talking about him.
Like
he's gonna be bigger.
50 Cent. 50 Cent was not supposed to lie. He was not supposed to be alive.
He's going to be bigger.
Like when they shot that dude,
Pac got shot. What happened
here?
When Pac got shot, what happened? He became what?
Because they survived.
He became what? Bigger, right?
I got you. I got exactly where you're going.
So everybody gets shot in the blow up?
But I'm saying that
everybody tell me.
No, I didn't say who didn't. I'm saying from now on, if you get shot, you blow up?
No, man.
That's been the formula.
So you're actually thinking that everyone from now on, if you get shot, so right now, if you get shot 8 times, the next album you put out is going to go with platinum?
Facts.
Technically,
that's been the formula.
Technically, it is.
I swear to God, it's stupid, but
no, I'm not saying. No, okay, you're talking about Ben and still now. I don't think it's going to happen again. I don't think just because someone gets shot up nowadays,
you don't think his clout
it's already happened. No one wants to hear it again.
I guarantee you, his IG is probably up to $1 million right now.
That's the people he knows.
I agree with you.
Yes, because of the news, but that doesn't mean everything he comes out with later.
Baby. That's what I'm saying.
And that's what I'm saying, man.
Again, that doesn't mean every song he comes out from now on is
a big song, Pat.
I don't listen to new shit.
It's a big song.
So if you shot somebody 8 times,
that's leading to my closeout, Trey. I don't give a fuck about him. Fuck it, he got shot. It is what it is. He want to keep involved himself in stupid ass street at goon activities. Then that's the shit that happens. Niggas get shot in the street. Niggas die every day, B.
I don't
like
think
that shit ain't.
Supposed
to niggas die every day, B.
Before you can even go like that, though, you actually need to go more detail. Well, we need to know more details.
More details into what, though?
We don't know what happened. We don't know if it's a result of him not being out. We don't know if it's him being an innocent bystander. We don't know if it's some rumors and he didn't have nothing to do with what he got shot for. We don't know. Man. So until we know, you can't say, he's wrong for not leaving the house.
I'm not saying he's wrong, but I'm telling you, if he comes out and he continues the same behavior, then it's hard for me to feel bad.
Behavior?
It's
hard
for me to being in the wrong fucking...
What was he doing, though? What behavior?
Would you go to Yakim's?
Was he at Yahoo?
I'm just asking you a question.
Oh, I've never been there, so I wouldn't say I would go now if I've never been in the first place. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the hood club.
And
that's what you're talking about.
Put yourself in the line of fire.
But well, I mean, granted, if I had that money, no, because I'd be smarter. And I did not come from that background to say, okay, well, if I get money, let's go get in more dangerous.
We're also older too.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm not. I
stopped going when I was younger.
That's you. You're not everyone.
I never went.
Okay,
see, and that's better. Yes.
What happens when you give these young athletes?
Everybody, I mean, let's be honest. Like at 21, at 18, 19, 21,
the same thing. But this is the new wave. This is the new wave of how the young niggas is moving, bro. Yeah. Like what we're.
But they've been doing that even when they're younger.
Yes, but is it real? Hell yeah, you gotta shut the fuck up.
What's his name? Oh, yeah. Was still fighting dogs with his multi-million-dollar contract.
No.
It's not that I'm over here trying.
Dog, you got to perform on the BET. You're fresh into this shit, and you got to perform on the BET Awards last night. I feel you. Like, watch yourself on there. Yada yada yada. You're doing well. You want your fans to know you're doing well. You're a survivor. You're a soldier. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking any fucking nigga out there doing the shit, bro. But I'm telling you, if it is what the streets is saying it is, then the shit is fucked up, bro. Like, you gotta eliminate yourself away from that, because we saw what happened to Aaron Hernandez, and I bring that up because he was a nigga who was making $40-something million, bro, but wanted to be a fucking hood nigga. Who the fuck wants to be a hood? Hood niggas want to make $40 million. We don't want to fucking be in jail, bro. We don't want to be gangsters. We don't want to be that. We want to pull ourselves away from that. Like, is that not what we're doing? That was my whole point of where I get agitated with that shit is because there's no way. Me and Trey don't even make nowhere near $40 million, but we make pretty decent money. You make pretty decent money. You make pretty decent money. We don't want to go out.
We're broke.
We don't want to be out. Yes, I am too. But anybody listening.
But I think
but we don't want to be out in that.
And I feel your point. But I think what Trey said earlier has a big part. Like, you're talking about guys who know versus guys who don't know yet.
So
maturity.
All right,
maturity, bro. Yeah. Like, you can't say you would say the same thing and we did this exact podcast when we were all 18.
It's like this.
I got one last topic.
When we were all 18.
I don't want to
But when we were all 18, 19, we would not be talking like this. We would not have the insight that we have now. We would not sit there and be like, yeah, if I got to... No. We would buy slab. We would buy whatever it was popping back then.
I move different. And you can ask anybody.
And the majority of people...
don't say we.
We're talking about maturity. You were not maturity. You were not that mature now than you were then. Stop that. Don't even try to cover it. Don't try to sugar.
All right, next topic.
I'm not... His haircut was...
I'm not going to argue with y'all on that.
What year was it?
You know what?
Sugarcoat. I mean, you pull up. We all matured. Okay. We all matured as men. Okay. We wouldn't all not
pull
the same
up for my
when.
2.0 Saturday when it's me and my homies, and they can tell you about the way that I was. That's why I don't wear Jordans. That's why I don't wear the flashy shit. I never because I wanted to blend in. I never wanted to stand out, bro. I always wanted to blend in. Even when I went to Cornbread, I used to tuck my shirt in. I was the only nigga there with his pants, with starched jeans, with a collar shirt, iron pressed.
Did you still mature from something from that point to this point?
Man, I had a kid when I was 18.
So did you mature? So did you mature
from something? I just had to grow up faster than everybody.
So, I mean, some people had kids young too. I did too. Either way, we all matured from one way to another.
My last shit I want to talk about ain't going to take that long.
At the end of the day. Thank you. Like I said, y'all like Trey cooking when he ain't got shit else to say. Like I said, we all matured. We were just in different situations, different backgrounds, but we all matured in some way.
Get the strap, nigga.
He whack.
Get the strap. No, I mean, I'm not, I know I am, but I'm not. I wasn't trying to cut you off and chop you up on that shit, bro. But I really did. You know what my mama told me a long time ago. Everybody isn't like you. Everybody doesn't think like you, and always talk about that shit because it's the fact. It took me a long time to realize that. But when you say we, I can't put myself into a circle of we because I never wanted to be a part of we.
But I said we as in we all matured from one way to another. Not we all wanted the same thing or we all did this. Where
I want to stick what was, and this is the last shit, is when we go from new school, like, okay, so Slim Thug's comments, right, of saying that nobody handed this to us, we had to go out there and get it, blah, 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 you know, and this came from the sense of the young niggas saying, okay, well, why, Sauce Walk and a lot of other dudes talking about, well, why didn't you put us on? Like, y'all could have put other artists on, right? So if you go back to your fave, right, Dre, M, 50, G Unit, and I mean, it was a trickle-down effect, right? I just broke that. Y'all got that, right? You follow that? So it wasn't about putting people on, but I can make you a millionaire. You can make this dude a millionaire. You can make him a millionaire. That's why I fuck with Yo Gotti a lot. Not really on his music shit, Not really on his music shit, because I like some of his stuff, but from his business aspect and the way he be taking care of people in Memphis, man, I think he a fucking legend, man. I think he is a fucking king. I think he's like a new school Master P on a low budget scale, but still on a scale. You feel me? Like, and that's all what those guys were saying, and the reason why I think J-Dog came with that, and if you want to play the video, you can, but if the reason why J-Dog came with that is because Swishahouse was a movement, right?
Okay.
SUC was a movement, right?
It was.
We checked for that shit, right?
Every single time.
So, yeah, the game's so saturated, new school, old school, I don't care what school you came from, like, rap is saturated now. There's a million different rappers come out every day. There's so many different rappers. It's so flooded. Back then, it was consolidated. Like, if you were on the SUC, if you were on Swishahouse, you were considered one of the heard voices. So that's all what they were saying. Like, and I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Houston lost his platform a long time ago. Like, it's still there, but it's not. We could have a whole show on that. I don't even want to talk about it like in detail, but it's not there the way it should be. And that came from the arrogance of, well, I made it, you make it. When you had the wave, you could have put people on and brought people to another level. There's some young cats out here shining and doing their thing, but you better look. Them videos still don't be 2, 3, 25 million like some of these other artists in other places where you got Kevin Gates back in NBA Youngboy, where you got Lil Boosie back in NBA Youngboy. Go look at the man's numbers.
Backing or brought up.
No, you
just have two different things, right?
Yes, just backing. If you see a young nigga out here eating and he doing his thing, and like boost him. Yeah, because your platform will boost him.
But you're not considered bringing him.
No. Unless you're molding an artist.
But the argument you were talking about is bringing me. Why didn't you bring? Right. I'm asking just to make sure. The argument was when we're addressing the Slim Thug is.
If I ran up on Slim and said I rap, I expect him to tell me, okay, show me. Like, not rap in front of him, but show me. Let me see you Let me see you. Right. That's what I mean by backing and bringing up, you know what I mean? Like,
I get it. I'm saying your original argument, the argument that Slim Thug and the younger rapper, right, was why didn't you bring up, and not back, but why didn't you bring up, right?
Why would not?
Is that the argument that's going on right now? That's my question.
Yes.
When we're talking about facts, we're talking about facts.
Yes.
You said that Sauce or whoever said this. Their point was why didn't you bring up? Right? Not why didn't you back someone up with their own buzz, but why didn't you bring
the unity? Okay. Yes, the unity.
Now, all right, so now I have a couple questions on that, and, as music people, y'all can answer this. One, is everybody a good investment to even bring up, right? No. Because you only have so much juice. I only have so many referrals. I can say he is a good rapper, but if he's not a good rapper, they're not going to want to hear me say Trey is a good rapper.
True.
Right? So that's one. And two,
I'm a horrible rapper.
Right. He might not be, but true. But the second one is in any given situation. In any given situation, do we have to bring somebody up? Right.
That's what Thug was saying. Right.
Exactly. That's why I said those two questions so that we can answer. Would you even invest in all of your friends? Right, like some of your friends are real cool, but they might not be too good to invest in. And then two, do you have to? Like, if you worked hard and bust, do you owe anybody that didn't have nothing to do with your come up?
No, but
do you owe it to bring somebody?
No, you don't. You don't owe it to bring anybody up. But if you want to keep the circle around of Houston being relevant in rap, besides Travis Scott, who doesn't rap anything, the Houston culture. Finally came back to him on Astroworld, where he kind of dug into the back a little bit, but he's still Travis Scott, so he's doing his thing.
You consider him Houston?
I don't.
Well, he is.
Well, he is, but
he spends all his time in Calabasas.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter, Trey. Like, to leave, the problem is he had to go to Atlanta, he had to go to California, he had to go to other places to even become relevant in rap right now. Right. It's because from the outside looking in, like, Houston has a ceiling. I hate to tell you. Look at every artist in Houston. Like, you hit a ceiling in Houston. Like, you can become bigger than Houston, but most of the time when you do that, you actually have to leave Houston and come back. And
Somebody
then Houston
told me that you record in Houston, but you perform in Austin.
Yes. And I could fuck with that. I could fuck with that.
No, that's what they told me. And I was like, really? No, I'll make it on Houston. I'll go platinum in Houston. They were like, no, you record in Houston like everybody else. That's the reason why we have Sugar Hill Studios. We have a whole bunch of different studios here.
So let's go back to the question, right? So Rap-A-Lot wasn't putting on other local acts and blowing people up. Like I'm talking about consistency in business. Why Master P stayed on for so long? Why Death Row had its run? Why these labels had these runs, bro? Is because they were investing into other people. Shady Aftermath, like they were investing into other people and putting people using. This is why Joe's mad at him, because he didn't use that power that we're talking about to push forward. Yeah. Like he should have been featured on everything. Matter of fact, he should have even been the 5th member to Slaughterhouse.
No, I'm with you.
You feel me? Like that's facts, and that would have took Slaughterhouse.
No, that should have been D12. D12 part 2.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah. D12 was trash.
Yeah,
like let's Proof was good. M was good, but man, the rest of it, Bizarre, man, get the fuck out of here, man.
D12 wasn't that.
Nah, bro. I'm talking. If he wanted to really blow that shit up, that's what he talks about. That like he could have did more. He should have did more for D12 as well, right? Like that's not what I'm saying, man. I'm just telling y'all, bro. Like, bro,
I understand.
I think the thing with and I hate being negative towards my hometown hip hop, which I'm a fan of Houston rap.
I love Houston music,
but I think Slim Thug, the Paul Walls, the Mike Jones. Is Mike Jones still in relevant?
Who?
Anyways, maybe because they had their 15 minutes of fame, wasn't 2007,
2005, 2007, somewhere around.
Yeah, they had their 15 minutes of fame, and they didn't get past that. I think Chamillionaire is the only one that kind of.
I think everybody's doing their own thing. Like Paul Wall had his own hustle.
And but we're talking musically, man.
Yeah,
but everything else.
But what I'm saying is, I think that they still trying to get. They're still trying to get. They still think they're the ones that they don't want to bring anybody else up. Am I making sense?
Right. Yeah, but at this point they're old.
Like, yeah, they are. But
why not? Why?
I don't.
But they're still young though.
No, this is the thing. I don't think they didn't. I think some of them had people too. They just didn't pan out.
With the J Dog
right.
And everything.
There's always people under them, but if they don't pan out, they don't pan out. So I'm like, how far can you bring someone up if they can't?
Man, what I'm telling you is there's a lot of fucking raw ass talent, man. Go ahead.
But Houston, I think Houston faded out quick, and it's just that trend ended fast.
So
as a national hip hop.
So in closing, when you become too arrogant to real and this is me as an artist as well. I hated the new school music. I couldn't stand all the fucking singing rap. Okay. Now I actually enjoy some of it because you become so arrogant in what you believe is hip hop that you're actually blind to seeing what's next and what's the future of hip hop or what's the future of music. Like then you end up becoming some bitter fucking old fuck. If you look at Joe was feeling that same way. Now
Eminem said he eventually was
yes. Oh yeah. You become this bitter because we're used to how our impression and memory of hip hop and what it means to us and what it is. Now, if you ask me to make 100 songs like that, I'm not. Like, if you ask me to make 100 hip hop songs, I probably could go and do that easy. But if you ask me to make a new school song, which I have some, I have to really be in my creative bag to get there. You know what I mean?
That's not your era.
Yes, but
if you grew up in this era,
but I learned how to adjust to those different sounds and to understand that the game is passing me by. So what do I want to do? Where's my longevity in the game? Do I want to be a rapper forever? Do I want to be a producer? Do I want to get a studio? Do I want to do something outside of that? Because Slim Thug is a great businessman outside of music. Don't get me wrong. He has car washes and that nigga property. Like he's in his, he's running his bag up. So I'm not talking from that perspective. But while I'm hot, my thing is, it means a lot to me. Music does that. I just want to keep the culture going. I want to keep the Houston culture going. I don't want to. I don't want it to lose. So that's what it means to me versus everybody else and being so secluded and trying to just have my own self. You know, my self involvement of if I ain't doing it, fuck it. I don't care who else is doing it. That's all I was going with that.
I think I hear you.
And Uncle Bon, Uncle Bon has something to say, man, and I just want him to, speak his little shit, man. And
he says, I don't like all this separation, this division. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody trying to do the same thing. Put on for the city of Houston, the city of Port Arthur, the city of, wherever you from in Texas. We all trying to put on. You know what I'm saying? Put on for Dallas, put on for Austin, San Antonio, wherever you from in the state of Texas, man. Everybody's just trying to get on. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be no division between the old heads and the young heads, man, because we all ripping the same thing. the same way. We all trying to get to the same place, and we all want to see our city and our state look good like everybody else looking good. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know Pimp would be real hot with y'all right now, seeing y'all going back and forth with each other, man. You know what I'm saying? And man went out of his way to try to knock these doors down, man. So y'all quit trying to put them back up. You know what I'm saying? We gonna rep for this together. Old heads, young heads. We all here just for Texas. You know what I'm saying? Let's get on our note together, come together as one, and go get all this money. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real.
That's facts, man.
Close us out, Trey.
Yeah, that's facts.
In the South.
I think that what we really need, just after hearing all that by Bun, you know, like he is one of the. I mean, like, hell, if Screw was still around, they would be still chilling together. You know what I mean? I mean, like, he's been around for a lot of things, and I think that the thing that went wrong with our Houston sound is that, unlike Atlanta and New York and the East Coast and the West Coast and hell, even Virginia, like, they all had a sound, and that sound outlasted the artist. And so with the Houston sound, what is going to be that next sound? Because really the only reason why we got rap a lot was because somebody decided to reinvest in their brother. Right? And so that's just real. I mean, like, the talent is everywhere. The money is somewhere. But, like, what's your sound, man? What are you really trying to do? What are you really pressing record
everybody,
on?
To add on to that and to shut this shit down, man, was everybody already stole everything they could steal from Houston, bro. They stole the screwed up hooks. They stole the drink. Everybody sip serve now. Like, I mean, they stole everything out of the Houston. They stole everything. Listen to what I'm saying. They stole everything out of the Houston bag, bro. That the Houston movement could have been way bigger than what it was, because you got the whole world moving in slow mo right now, fighting everything that we invented. Our inventions just stopped. And that's facts, you know. And that's the bottom line of it. When you stop inventing, people stop caring. We live in the microwave era, bro.
We weren't fresh anymore.
Thank you.
We weren't fresh.
Thank you. And that's a wrap with that, man. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to the Planet Pert podcast, episode 3, my favorite number. Might have been the best episode, man, because, you know, I'm on it. But nah, man, but we'll see y'all next week, man. We'll hit y'all with some interesting topics, as always. And y'all look out for the 2.0 as well, you know, coming soon, man. You know, anything else, guys?
That's it. Have a good night.